The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Well, we're doing a Wednesday edition of the show. Piggly Wiggly Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jarrett Construction Studios as always, right on time, right on budget. Visit jarrett-construction.com. Phone calls to the show, service of Piggly Wiggly, Spring Street, Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Taylor on Virginia Street. Tony's winter hours, Mondays 11 to 3, Tuesday through Friday 10:30 to 5:30, Saturdays by appointment only. Check out bestmastertaylor.com or Tony's Facebook page for more information. Welcome to a Wednesday edition of the show. Sunny and 75 in the capital city. I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Yesterday, certainly a lot better weather than what it has been. Car washes, I know, enjoyed it yesterday. I was really hoping that the snow and ice would all go away, but it didn't. Even though it got up to, I think when I left the office yesterday, I think it was like 68 degrees or something like that. But a lot of it is gone anyway. Now you just got a big mess on your hands. Coming up on the show today, Putnam County Commissioner Doug Pierson is going to stop by. He's also a candidate for re-election, so we'll talk to him about that race, but more so on the things going on in Putnam County. And yes, I am going to get into the misspelling of the governor's press conference yesterday. And how I think, to be honest with you, that all broke during the Metro News Midday yesterday. And by now, I'm sure you know what we're talking about. The governor was at a press event, and West Virginia, the Virginia part was spelled incorrectly on the sign on the podium, and it's gone national now, and so on and so forth. I feel that he is personally being treated a little unfairly over this whole thing, to be honest with you. I'm going to explain why coming up a little bit later on. And your calls and texts are welcome too. Piggly Wiggly Hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. One other thing I do want to mention, because I talked about a little bit yesterday. There are some folks within the city of Charleston that think that term limits are a good idea for city council members, for the mayor. One of those is the mayor, Mayor Amy Goodwin. She said that on the show in the past. But a couple of council people are really getting behind this thing, and I'm going to talk about that movement coming up a little bit later on as well. Okay, giving you enough information there. I want to welcome into the show now good friend in studio this morning, Dr. Casey Sachs of BridgeValley. How you doing?
Good morning. So nice to see you today, Dave.
Nice to see you as well. You know, and here's the thing, Doctor. I am wearing a Marshall University.
No hate. I'm a Marshall fan.
All right.
Go Herd.
Drinking from a West Virginia State University.
Great. I'm a fan of them, too.
All right.
Our students transfer to all of these places.
What's missing?
I mean, you need some BridgeValley swag for sure.
Just saying. It's not required because I think that's illegal.
Dave has his hand out, guys.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't turn down a coffee mug.
Fair enough. We'll get you some BridgeValley swag.
Or a sports car or, something like that.
Me either.
Yeah, I mean, just saying, if you ever wanted to hook me up, I'd take it because I'm all about the free stuff, man.
Good to know.
38 years of radio, we never turned down anything.
I've been notified. Thank you, Dave.
All right, so I expect that next time. All right. You got a really good relationship with the folks with the KVMI. That's the Kanawha Valley Mining Institute, and there were recently some scholarships handed out. Talk about that.
So what a nice group. They had me in 4 years ago, I think, to just talk about what's going on at BridgeValley. And several of the folks who are part of the group are retired in the industry, have taught at BridgeValley at some point over the years, and they're really interested in supporting our community. So we got to talking, and they've started to support students at the college. They've started to support our summer STEAM camp. They're every single year, they're wonderful supporters of the entire Kanawha Valley and our community, and certainly of BridgeValley. This week, they awarded 8 students scholarships to go to BridgeValley, so that was fun. We had a whole award ceremony for them and got to see all the students. They donated enough money to support 3 kids in the local community to go to summer STEAM camp, so one of the things we really appreciate is we don't want any kids to not be able to come to summer camp if it's something they want to do. And groups like KVMI step right up and support them so that they're paid for and they can show up. It doesn't matter if their families can't afford it.
Now, were those scholarships for fields that somehow were related to the mining? Okay,
Not surprising.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, that's completely understandable. What are some of those things that are related to mining that BridgeValley has to offer?
Sure. So we do a lot globally in manufacturing and in IT. We've talked about that on your show many times. Yeah. One program that people often get really excited about is we have a program that helps teach you about natural gas. And so if you come into into Toyota Hall over in South Charleston, on the main floor, we have an entire room that's dedicated to reading wells and reading gauges. And our room is designed with water in mind. But out in the real world, if you've gone hiking in Kanawha State Forest, you may have seen a natural gas wellhead. And it's not water. It's more dangerous than water. And so we do a lot of training about how do you read those? What are the gauges? How do you fix those? What does that look like? And then the coolest job that I've heard of so far is that it's actually someone's job to ride a four-wheeler around the forest and fix gas wellheads.
Yeah, I know people that do that sort of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we train for that at BridgeValley, and KVMI is interested in that kind of work.
And we're talking with Dr. Casey Sachs of BridgeValley. It's 9:13, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Husson's Pizza. All month long, get yourself a 14-inch, one-topping, heart-shaped pizza. Only $14.99. Delivery, pickup, or dine in. Visit HussonsPizza.com. You talked about the Summer STEAM Academy. For people that don't know, what is that academy all about?
So it's for 5th graders, 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders. So it's for kids. And it's really an opportunity to come to the college and learn about careers that we help prepare people for. It also is an opportunity for kids to just do hands-on camp experiences. My goddaughter lives in New Jersey, and a couple years ago, her parents sent her to come stay with me for the summer, and she stayed with me, and we sent her to STEAM camp. And it was just fun. It's with other kids, and it's a lot of hands-on experiences. Give
me an example of some of the things that they actually do there.
They play with Legos and talk about what have you now designed with the Legos and how does this relate. It's all kinds of design. They designed something in CAD when she was there. And so you get on the computer and you create whatever it is you create, and then they 3D print it for you in our 3D printing lab. It's really an opportunity. Actually, the kids get to play with the gauges that I was just talking about. So we have all of these things that you wouldn't get to see at home, but they do sort of feel like toys, and it's a great opportunity for kids to have some hands-on experiences.
And it's during the summer.
It's during the summer. It's usually in June.
Usually in June. Okay. Is there a deadline that parents need to sign their kids up for that, or
it isn't yet. I don't even know what date it is.
We'll get it for you. We'll get it for all the listeners at some point. Just want to make sure people don't forget about it.
Please don't.
That sort of thing.
It's really fun.
And at this point, with all of the remote learning that's had to go on because of the weather, some parents might want to send their kids to camp. I'm just saying,
that seems right.
Just to get them out of the house a little bit. I'm just saying, mom and dad need a break sometimes too. I want to talk about the success of the WIN program. And we talk about it a couple times every time that you're with us. But describe for people that don't know what the WIN program is, what it stands for, and how successful it's been.
The WIN Academy is a high school. It's a public high school right here in the Valley. And students have to choose to want to go to it. And it's, you come in, and it's originally it was designed for nursing, so it was designed for students who wanted to become an RN, and we've expanded into advanced manufacturing technology. So if you think about our Toyota program and helping people prepare to be technicians up at the Toyota plant, that's an option too. So students in 11th and 12th grade come to the college, and we do two things. First, we prioritize what are the credits you need so that we make sure you graduate from high school. So if you're missing a history class, you take a college-level history class. Most students by 11th grade aren't missing that. They just need a body of work that counts towards their college. So then what we do is we look at a college major, nursing or manufacturing technology, and we make sure that the classes that you're taking completely align with that major. So instead of taking a random science class, you take microbiology because it's what's required for nursing. Yeah. And it's allowing students to graduate from high school with an associate's degree.
Right. And that's pretty good stuff right there. I mean, you talk about starting starting out in your quote unquote adult life. Some of us are waiting to become an adult, but you start off with an associate's degree. I mean, like, left hand has a high school diploma, right hand has an associate's degree.
That's
diploma.
Right. We're really, we're proud of all of our students, but our valedictorian 2 years ago was a young man named Caden, and he's working at WVU Thomas Hospital now in the open heart surgery area.
Well, on his way.
He's 19 years old. And he's an RN, and he's an open heart cardiac nurse, and we could not be more proud of him.
Was he? You don't have to give me the information if you don't want to, but local guy.
He's local.
Local kid from here?
Yep, he's local. He lived up near Polka High School.
Okay, cool, good stuff. And you have an open house coming up.
We do. We have an open house coming up. Anyone is welcome. It's, like I said, it's a public high school. It's February 18th at 5:30. So if you're a student and you're listening and you think this sounds like a great fit, bring your parent. And if you're a parent or grandparent who's listening, and you think, gosh, this is something that my kids should be doing, bring them. Let us talk to them about it.
And you've always got fun things going on there. And this is a little bit in the future, and we can talk about it as we get a little bit closer. But I think it's in April. You have a murder mystery production. What's up?
We're so excited about this. So it's a partnership between our student affairs, student support group, and the foundation. And what they're doing is they're doing a murder mystery activity in April. So you're right, it's a little far away, but you can start buying tickets now, and they're going to sell out, which is why it was worth talking about. The money supports our Student Opportunity Fund. We've talked about that before. Any of our students could just be a flat tire away from having to drop out of school.
Yeah.
And we just don't want that for people. And so when we raise money for the Student Opportunity Fund, it's so that when people come in and say, I have a flat tire and I don't have the money to pay for something like that, we can help them out and then keep them in school, because that really does serve everyone better. But the murder mystery should be really fun. It should be a great community activity, and we would love for folks who are listening today to come join us.
Now, the tickets, you can get those, I guess, on the website. Can you get them on the BridgeValley website?
It's at bridgevalley.com.
All right. That opportunity program, you've talked about that in the past, Dr. Sachs, is something that I think is really, really good, because as you said, with BridgeValley, and for that matter, any institution of higher learning, a student literally could be a flat tire, a dead battery, whatever, away from just having to quit,
Right.
or miss a lot of time, one of the two.
I mean, life happens, and we understand that, and the whole community really does want to rally around people and help them. It's just finding the right way to help people constructively, and this is one of those ways that couldn't be more constructive. It's a really great opportunity to say, you're a student who's already made the commitment, who's already on your way to changing your life, and we just want to give you a little help. And
it's just like a general fund for students, right? I mean, so what does the process look like if I'm a student there and I need a little help with something? I just go to the office there? How does that work?
So generally, students start with one of their counselors. Everybody has a counselor. Yeah. So generally, the counselors say, we need to connect you to the Student Opportunity Fund, and then we get the process moving like that. But occasionally, students come in directly. Our foundation director manages it, and so she takes a very short intake form from them and then gives them the money.
All right, it's good. It's a very, very worthwhile program. And if somebody is listening now and they would like to donate to that, can you just accept donations? I guess to your foundation.
Actually, it's at bridgevalley.edu, and on the top right, there's a foundation button. And when you're at the foundation, you can select what you're interested in giving to. So if you just want to give to dental hygiene, that's an option. If you're just interested in manufacturing, and if what you want to do is support any student who needs help, the Student Opportunity Fund is how we do that.
You guys, how have you done over the last 3 weeks with all this winter weather we've had? I mean, I know you've
brutal.
Had to, yeah. Forever. Seems like it's gone on forever, and it's really only been about 2.5 weeks.
I know, February's been 100 days already.
So how have you guys managed to get through everything? Everything good up there?
The tech park does a really nice job with snow removal. We're happy to be tenants up there. They're a good landlord, and actually in Montgomery, my team's done a wonderful job. But it's a smaller footprint. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and hopefully we're done with it.
Gosh, I hope you're right.
I hope.
Dave the Groundhog has called it today.
Yeah, well, at least for a couple days.
Good, great, I'll take it.
Dr. Casey Sachs of BridgeValley Community Technical College, always a pleasure to have you here. We'll talk again soon, and to remind people where they can learn more about anything we talk about during your segments.
bridgevalley.edu.
All right, it's 9:21. We'll take a break. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. If you're injured, visit forthepeople.com. We'll take a break. Putnam County Commissioner Doug Pierson coming up next on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
I'm Doug Leach, founder and CEO of Ascension Recovery Services. We've done a number of projects with Jarrett Construction. Finding people that really care about what they do and care about what we do is pretty unique. In Jarrett Construction, they care. They're really, really good people. Good people do the right thing, and they're very skilled. They have all the qualities that make up just a perfect construction partner, and they just built us a phenomenal building.
Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction.
When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Office 222 Capitol Street, Charleston. Cases will be handled by West Virginia licensed attorneys. The attorney in this ad is not licensed in West Virginia. ForThePeople.com.
Hi, folks. It's Jim Strahm for Face the World with Lisa. Recently voted the best cosmetic injector in the Valley. Lisa is having a Valentine's special unlike any other. How would you like to win 50 units of Botox for free? That's right, free. All you have to do is schedule an appointment to see her February 2nd through the 14th. And you qualify. That easy. 50 units free. 304-410-0202. She's also offering Valentine gift cards. Any amount. Let's make this year's Valentine a special one.
The latest in news, talk, and sports on 580 WCHS is brought to you by Jarrett Construction. Visit jarrett-construction.com for more information.
Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction.
Welcome back to the show. It's 9:23. Ryan Nicholson in charge of things on the other side of the glass this morning. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants, helping to identify environmental concerns, asbestos, lead, mold, indoor quality issues in buildings all across the state of West Virginia, providing inspections, testing, and accredited lab services you can trust. Visit pinnaclecorp.net, pinnaclecorp.net, helping you understand your environment, because what you don't know can hurt you. Bigley, Piggly, Wiggly, hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor, text 304-935-500. I want to welcome to the show now Putnam County Commissioner Doug Pierson. Good morning, Commissioner. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dave. Glad to be here.
It's kind of kind of difficult to follow Dr. Casey Sachs sometimes. So she's very good at what she does. But I'm sure you're good too. You've been on the show before, though, haven't you?
It's about a year ago today.
Yeah, when you were first appointed. Yeah, because you were appointed to the Putnam County Commission. Talk about your first year there.
It's been a whirlwind. There's just I knew very little about county government, and when I got appointed, I was county commissioner. Town council in Buffalo for a few years. So I know a little bit about the government side, but county is just at a different level. There's a lot been going on since then. Biggest thing for me, when I was appointed, they'll give you like 2 or 3 agencies or boards that you're appointed to sort of be the oversight for. And Animal Shelter was one. Parks and Recreation was one, which Parks and Recreation, I had been on that board for probably 20 years, so I was very familiar with how that worked. Animal Shelter was one that was new to me. Got involved in that and just sort of fell in love with the place.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the animal shelter, because the animal shelter in Putnam County had issues. I mean, they've been very well documented. And you and I talked not long ago, and you said we got some really positive things going on with the Putnam County animal shelter. Now, talk about it.
Absolutely. When I came on there, there was a lot of negatives that were in the past with the animal shelter there. So we were fighting those issues, and I sort of took it on myself to just start going to the animal shelter a lot, just to see what was going on, what could be improved, what was good, what was bad. At that time, we were also going through some management changes. We had some directors just resigned. They just worked themselves to the bone.
Mm-hmm. It's tough. I mean, it really, really is. Yeah, it's a tough line of work to be in.
She wasn't good at delegating, and she was working 80 hours a week.
Yeah, that's not good.
She burned herself out. So,
and very physically and mentally demanding job.
Absolutely. It's a tough job, because you've got those animals there that you would love to find homes for everyone.
Or take them all home yourself.
Home with you. Yeah. That's the struggle that I have with spending too much time at the animal shelter. Is they're trying to convince me that I need one of those dogs, I can't take care of one yet. So, well, at some point, we probably will. But at that point, even when you and I talked last February, we said, okay, we got to get a few things taken care of. One is we need a director in place. We need to come up with a vet of record. We need to, at that time, we were basically subcontracting our management to the Kanawha County Animal Shelter. They helped us out for probably 6 months or more of providing management for our shelter. And of course, there was a fee that came with that. So obviously we were trying to get away from that as well. Since then, Caitlin Johnson, she is the director that we hired. She was actually an employee of the Charleston Police Department in their animal control. She had worked for the animal shelter in the past, and she wanted to come back. She has done a fantastic job. We've got good management in place there now. One of the first things I noticed when I got there was, you've got 150 animals in there, and they like to have a blanket to lay on every night to provide a little comfort level for them. So we got a lot of laundry, a lot of dishes, a lot of laundry. So that's what I was doing. My volunteer was there. I wash dishes and do the laundry, but you couldn't keep up. And so I told the director, I said, I don't know how much power I've got, but if I've got any power, we're going to get a commercial washer and dryer here to keep up with this laundry. And about a month ago, we started it up. So now you can walk in there and just everything is really nice. There's not a stack of laundry there waiting that's never going to be done. Sometimes they actually had to throw things away because it just,
it can be cleaned.
Could not be cleaned. Yeah. And now that we've got that in place. So adoption rates are up. We still have more animals than we can house. You do a lot of work with the Kanawha County as well, so they have the same situation. Yep. You've got more animals than you can find places for. An unused office at the animal shelter has a dog in it.
Yeah, that's the way it is in Kanawha County too. I mean, and probably animal shelters everywhere, to be honest with you.
And, obviously, still even with that adoption rate higher and higher. And of course, we are a life-saving shelter. We don't euthanize just for the point of euthanizing, and we don't. So we keep those animals there and we find homes for them. A couple are leaving today to a animal placement facility, northern part of the state, I believe it is. But, we work with a lot of those animal sanctuary-like places where they'll either keep them for a while until they can find an adoption home, or, they've already got somebody that's looking for that type of a dog. So we've got a few that are leaving today. One we lovingly called Gummy because he's an older dog and didn't have any teeth. So, found a home for him.
Well, good.
So
there's a home for everybody.
Yeah, there is, and there's an animal for everybody, and there's a home for everybody.
And there's everybody for an animal.
That is
We're
correct.
talking to Doug Pierson again, Putnam County Commissioner. I want to talk about water issues. You said you had some water news.
We had some good announcements that we made yesterday. I put it out yesterday on my Facebook page just to get it out there to people, but the residents of Custer Ridge, and if you're familiar with Buffalo at all, it's just as you're going into Buffalo, just beyond the Exxon station there, goes up behind the Toyota plant and comes out on Cross Creek Hill out there by Grits Farm. A lot of people are familiar with Grits Farm. So that's the area that we're talking about. Those people had been waiting on just city water. They have to haul water to their house. So yesterday we attended a pre-bid meeting for that. So that is done. That's a done deal. That's actually going to happen. Those people have been waiting for years for water there. And
how many people are we talking about approximately? How many families, residences?
That's probably in the 50 to 75 range.
Okay.
And, of course, for those people, if you say, 3 million or whatever that is, there's no way that those 50 people can divide up 3 million. There's no way that they could do that. And it'd be very difficult for the county to do that without funding. So always waiting on funding streams for that. So that one was the pre-bid was meeting yesterday. Bids will be open on the 24th. We'll award a contract very soon after that. And then that contract calls for a 270-day completion. So within 9 months, those people will have city water that they won't have to be hauling water all the time. And then at the same time, we were made aware of a grant through the it was a federal grant for like $2.28 million to do Fisher Ridge, which is further on out on Red House Hill. That will be about a 75 to 100 houses affected there. And then there's other funding for that to make up the 20% grant. So that one is basically a no cost to the citizens of Putnam County. And we're going to get water to a lot more of the residents that have been waiting for years for that.
Talking again with Putnam County Commissioner Doug Pierson. It's 29 minutes before 10 o'clock. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Live Healthy, West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine, a podcast promoting healthier lifestyles in and beyond the state. Check out the latest episodes, wvmetronews.com, under the podcast menu. What else is good in Putnam County these days?
That's lots of things going on. The 911 towers, a lot of those are being updated. Michael White and the EMS group there, they're always forward-looking. You know, you've got to think about what's going to be tomorrow. So we've relocated a few of the 911 towers and upgrading some of those that are existing. So that's in the process now. And those are things that you just don't see and most people don't even hear about. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that's something that we're always doing to make sure that 911 service is available and in effect for everybody, that there's the ability to get a cell phone call out, you know, because some of these remote areas, obviously, that's not the case. You know, there are some dead spots there. So trying to make sure that. Recently, just in the past election, we did the fire levy. That's also a EMS related issue. Every county, every location is dealing with lower and lower count of volunteer firefighters. Yeah. It's just, you know, you don't have as many people willing to volunteer as there were in the past. So Putnam County passed a fire levy so that we could have public funding for a certain amount of full-time firefighters. Now, they'll still supplement the volunteers where, you know, we can't do without the volunteer fire departments. It's just impossible. We won't be able to hire enough people. But we will have some full-time employees that will be available, you know, 24/7, basically. They're going to work 12-hour shifts. Still trying to determine the strategic location to put those people to make them accessible to the entire county, you know, on a quick notice. Mm-hmm. You can't just stick them up in Buffalo because that's the northern part of the county. It'd be, you know, too long to get them to Taze Valley or to the southern side of the county. So we've got to come up with those strategic locations. Don't know exactly where that's going to be yet, but they're working on that. Dave Turley and Jamie Burgess, the leaders of that group, they're working hard on that to put that all together and to get the employees hired. But that's well on the move that, you know, we're going to supplement those volunteer fire departments with some paid workers.
One of the things I wanted to ask you about, Commissioner, was we hear a lot about infrastructure, yes, you know, in West Virginia. And this past winter, or I'm saying this past winter, I'm already putting it behind us. This winter that has been incredibly difficult, especially the last 2 to 3 weeks, water main breaks and so on and so forth. And we just keep going back, it seems like, in this state to infrastructure. And we just don't do, and I'm not saying Putnam County specifically, but I'm saying we just don't do what we should or, you know, whatever. With Putnam County, with these people, and there's a lot of people moving into Putnam County. I know I had somebody point out to me that you know, that about people leaving Putnam County, but that's not current, you know, and I can tell you as somebody who lives right smack dab in the middle of Taze Valley, I know what's going in. I mean, they just put the new homes right down from my house, a half a mile from my house. And I mean, there's a bunch of people. Are we ready for the influx of people coming to Putnam County? And what are we doing to make sure we are? Because, you know, in the city of Hurricane, you know, that is in city limits, I think, where they're building. I mean, how many houses are there? It's like
it's 400 to 500, I believe.
400 to 500 houses are going to be built there. There's other developments in Winfield, a couple different developments going on. They're still adding on to some there. I know over in Buffalo, they've been doing some things over there as well. Yes. Are we prepared, or are we doing anything to get ready for these people?
In some areas, we are prepared. So for one example, the second phase of that hurricane where they were adding the 400 to 500 houses was in the Fraser's Bottom area. They were going to add approximately 300. Mm-hmm. Okay. In the Fraser's Bottom area, of course, you don't have the traffic situation that you would in Hurricane. Mm-hmm. But in Fraser's Bottom area, the Buffalo sewage treatment plant already has the capacity to handle that. So they'll just tunnel under the river, pump everything to Buffalo, and it will be treated there. So in those cases, yes, we are prepared. Some of the issues that obviously we've got to be looking at as a community is traffic. You know, we have a traffic issue already. I mean, you face that going home every evening. Yeah. You wait in line. Some areas would love to have a traffic problem.
How many times have I said that on the show? Go down to McDowell County, and I pick on those poor people in McDowell County, but any county, go down and complain to them about a traffic problem.
Yes, they would love to have a traffic problem.
It's a good problem to have.
It is, obviously we've got to take advantage of this Nucor situation and the Fidelis that have been announced for Mason County, just right close to our northern borders. Those people are going to be living in Putnam County. I mean, I'm not, slanting Mason County at all. I've got great places to live there.
Sure.
But a lot of those people that are currently working at Nucor, I know them, they're living in Putnam County now. Mm-hmm. And we need to prepare for that. But your point taken. We need to make sure that we've got the infrastructure in place. And I know that there are studies in the works to make sure that those are, I guess probably roads and transportation is probably the biggest struggle. I think the utilities we're probably good on. We can handle that from the sewage treatment and the providing water and electric obviously is not a big deal, but we can provide those. Transportation is going to be the issue, and so we've got to make sure that those studies are completed and that we do whatever we need to accommodate that the best we can.
I mean, I get back to Putnam County, depending on what time I leave the office here, 4:35 in the afternoon, somewhere through there. Literally, Commissioner, I live maybe 2 miles from off the Taze Valley exit. Yesterday, and granted, a lot of people were getting out of the house yesterday and washing cars and so on and so forth because of the warm temperatures. Literally, to go 2.5 miles, it's about 20 minutes. I can call, my wife say, "Hey, I'm at the exit," and whatever. Yeah. And it's about 15 to 20 minutes to drive 2.5 miles. But again, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I've sat in those traffic sometimes, and sometimes I'll try to jump it and just go down to the Hurricane exit and loop back in from the other direction.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, the traffic situation is going to get better there when the Culloden exit gets open. That's going to alleviate at least some of the traffic.
Yeah, you beat me to that. Of course, Development Authority actually has some property right there by that exit that we're looking to develop as well for businesses along that Culloden exit. But that will take a lot of it off of the Hurricane exit and speed that up for the whole valley there.
All right, before we let you go, you give us a lot of information here today and appreciate it. I do need to mention this. I want to get to the election part of it. You are up for re-election this year. You were appointed to the Putnam County Commission following another commissioner leaving that. You were appointed, and now you're running for the job that you've held for the last year or so, right? All right.
About a year now.
So why should someone give you another term on the commission?
I'll just look at what we've done. I champion that animal shelter turnaround. That's the biggest thing that we've done. Pretty much just took that on myself. I wasn't told by the other commissioners that this is what you need to do. You need to go fix that. We were basically an oversight board. I was basically to attend their meetings and report back to the other commissioners what's going on at the animal shelter. And they don't actually work for the commissioners. They work for the county managers. But I sort of took that on and championed that myself. And, we have turned that around. That's been the biggest thing that I worked on. All of these other little things that you're working on all the time, it's probably too much to list. And of course, the stuff that we've talked about here today, I probably had 10 other things, that we could have talked about, but there's only so much time. But just give me a chance to continue doing what we're doing. I think that everybody that knows me knows that I am a hard worker. I've done this again for a year now. The amount of time that I've put into this is probably more than I imagined that it was going to be, but it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Reach out to me. Anybody that wants to reach out to me and discuss any of the opportunities or things that are going on in Putnam County. I'll do my best. I don't know them all yet. I'm still trying to learn the job. I have learned that government doesn't work as fast as I would like it to. But
lesson one.
Yes. Yeah, it took us just a while to get everything worked out at the animal shelter, even purchasing just a simple, it was a commercial washer and dryer, which takes a while to get, but still, I wanted things to happen in 3 weeks, and it happened in 3 months or 6 months. So give me the opportunity. I think we're working hard for people of Putnam County. This is my full-time job now. I retired from my paying job. So this is what I do. passed up a meeting to talk about some other things in Putnam County that I was going to meet today to come up here and talk with you. So enjoy the opportunity. Love what I'm doing. Give me a chance.
Where can people read? Do you have a for your campaign? Do you have a Facebook page?
It's basically just my own Facebook page, Doug Pierson on Facebook. And I've just been using that. Okay. So just reach out to me there. You can message me there. I'll share you my information so that you can reach out to me. dpearson@putnamwv.com is our commission email address. Reach out to me anyway. I'll answer your questions, do what I can.
All right. Doug, I appreciate you being here. Putnam County Commissioner Doug Pierson. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Good stuff.
Thank you.
And we'll talk again soon. It's 18 minutes away from 10. Hang out here with me just 1 second. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Generations Ford of Hurricane, your family and locally owned Ford dealership, providing customers with X-Plan discount pricing on select new Ford vehicles, meaning you pay what Ford suppliers pay, and if you need service, they offer customer pickup and delivery. Check them out today just off the Hurricane exit or online at generationsford.com. One destination for every generation, Generations Ford. See dealer for details. Rest of the show is yours. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-500. And we'll take a break. Coming back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
Disaster strikes sometimes, but it doesn't have to be the end of the world. Rainbow Restoration of Kanawha and Putnam counties can take the worry and stress out of putting your home back together when disaster does strike. Whether it's fire or water damage, mold removal, or even full-service reconstruction, the trained professionals at Rainbow Restoration can help make it home again. Call 304-201-0101.
It's not the end of the world with Rainbow Restoration.
What if the market drops after you retire? What if healthcare costs continue to rise? What if you outlive your savings? If these questions keep you up at night, you're not alone, and you don't have to figure it out alone. I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I specialize in retirement income planning. Let's turn your what-ifs into a plan you can count on. Schedule your free consultation today at 4thavenuefinancial.com. 4th Avenue Financial, retirement done right.
Securities offered through Jenny McCole Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny McCole Advisors Incorporated.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Disaster strikes sometimes, but it doesn't have to be the end of the world. Rainbow Restoration of Kanawha and Putnam counties can take the worry and stress out of putting your home back together when disaster does strike. Whether it's fire or water damage, mold removal, or even full-service reconstruction, the trained professionals at Rainbow Restoration can help make it home again. It's not the end of the world with Rainbow Restoration. Call 304-201-0101.
Pfizer.
Welcome back to the show. It's 9:45. The Marshall University Quarterback Club of Charleston presents their annual beach party Saturday night, the 28th of this month. Starts at 6 at Embassy Suites in Charleston. Get your beachwear on. Get ready to have some fun and raise some money for the Marshall Big Green. Plenty of great food and drinks, silent auctions, plus the Jimmy Buffett-inspired music of Jim Snyder. MCs, myself, Steve Animal from 98.7 Amount, the Wild and Wonderful Classic Rock. For tickets for this big event, just go to the Marshall University Quarterback Club of Charleston's Facebook page or herdzone.com. Marshall University Quarterback Club of Charleston's annual beach party Saturday night, the 28th of this month, starts at 6 at Embassy Suites, presented by Astorg Auto. Biggly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-500. Text says, Dave, where's all this infrastructure and grant funds that Congress approved under Biden? All of a sudden it's gone when Trump gets in. We want answers. Where are the funds? Says a texter. Dave, do you know if the Amazon warehouse is going to be built in Putnam County? I don't know what the status of that is. And if I know Commissioner Pierson just left the building, but if he is listening, he or one of the other commissioners, I know they have a press event going on at, I think 10 o'clock over there, today. So if, somebody, chamber, any of those fine people who want to update me on that, I don't know what the status of that is. It was, being talked about, a Amazon facility. I don't think that the Development Authority folks ever came out and said it was an Amazon. It was a facility of some sort. There were some neighbors that were upset about it. I'm not sure what the status of that is. If somebody can let me know, I will let you know. Texter. I mentioned this yesterday, some discussion about term limits for those elected within the city of Charleston. The mayor and council is what we're talking about here. Now, the mayor has gone on record on this show as saying that she would support it. She is up for re-election this year. She does have opposition in the primary from another Democrat, and there's also a Republican running. So if she wins the primary, or whomever wins, there'll be a battle for the mayorship in November. Either way, that'll happen. She said that if she does win, this is it for her. She's not going to run again. But I'm just kind of curious. Do you think there should be, we talk about term limits. It's nothing new. Should there be term limits, on a city council, seat or a mayor seat or whatever? I'll get into this a little bit further next week because, there are two members of Charleston City Council that have sort of teamed up on the subject, and they're two very different people. And I'm sure they would admit to this, who couldn't be any more different in their beliefs otherwise. But they're united on this. They are for term limits. Those council members are Joe Solomon and Shannon Snodgrass. Both are going to be on the show with me together a week from tomorrow. Should be an interesting conversation. Again, that'll be Thursday the 19th. Both council members Shannon Snodgrass and Joe Solomon in studio with me next Thursday. So just where are you on term limits? Maybe not just in Charleston, but in general. You can let me know on the text line if you wish. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. Coming up later today, Metro News Midday powered by Salango Law with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barrett and me. Wednesday means we introduce you to another wonderful West Virginian. And for this week, we don't have to go far. They're from Polka. We'll get into that during the 1 o'clock hour. Also on the show today, a big collaborative effort with WVU Tech and several different trade organizations and those in the construction world. Had it scheduled for last Friday, but had to postpone it because of the weather. They're going to be with us today. Also, Delegate Evan Worrell out of Cabell County will stop by the show today. Jeff Jenkins has the news. Fred Persinger is here. TJ Meadows, Greg Thomas, and more loaded up today. Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law, coming up at noon today with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barrett and me. On this show tomorrow, U.S. Senate candidate Alexander Gosserud is going to stop by. He's one of the ones that will be challenging Senator Shelley Moore Capito in the upcoming May primary. The state's premier outdoor sports show is back and bigger than ever. The 24th annual West Virginia Fishing, Hunting, and Outdoor Sports Show presented by Can-Am returns to Milan Park in Morgantown Saturday and Sunday, March the 7th and 8th. Over 100,000 square feet of everything that is outdoors. Over 200 vendors, too, all in one place. Complete details at WVOutdoorsportsShow.com. WVOutdoorsportsShow.com. A WVRC media event. We'll take a break and come back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses are small businesses with big impact, including Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness.
You know us as Polka Valley. The name may be simpler, but our commitment is stronger than ever. At Polka Valley, our role in the community goes beyond banking. Yes, we deliver the trusted banking services you expect, but we also bring expertise in wealth management, financial planning, and accounting and bookkeeping services. Whether you're planning for tomorrow or managing today, you'll find the guidance and relationships you need to move forward. With 8 convenient locations, Polka Valley is here to help you thrive. Polka Valley, relationships matter. Member FDIC.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. Life can be shattered in a moment. When that happens, know that America's largest injury law firm is here for you. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Office 222 Capitol Street, Charleston. Cases will be handled by West Virginia licensed attorneys. The attorney in this ad is not licensed in West Virginia.
Welcome back to the show. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. DirtyBirdsBaseball.com is the website. Check out their Valentine's Day special. You can get a dozen roses from Young Floral Company, 4 opening day tickets, a Dirty Birds blanket and a beanie, and a Dirty Birds mug and an ornament, all hand-delivered by Dusty, the Dirty Birds mascot. And it's only $100. Now, you must live within a 20-mile radius of Charleston to have it delivered. For more, visit DirtyBirdsBaseball.com. I got an update. Commissioner Pierson happened to be listening, which I appreciate that on the Fraser's Bottom project. A text that had asked about that. It is still moving forward. And he said, followed up by saying, remember, government runs slow. That project is still going on. Also, I do want to correct something I said as far as the mayor's race in Charleston. I said that Mayor Goodwin would have a Democrat opposition. She does. And I also said that there was a Republican running. There are actually 2 Republicans running. I stand corrected. Brian Hunt is one, and Shaheen Shafiel Sr. is the other, and I hope I pronounced that right. So I appreciate the texter for letting me know that there are 2 Dems and 2 Rs running for mayor of Charleston. Let me see here. Text says, the foundation of everything going on in the world today, democracy's eating themselves alive because guys who have 2 cars and 5 TVs are mad at some grad student named Rainbow, says a texter. Text says, should always be term limits. I think the number depends on the position. I would go along with that. I certainly would go along with that. All right, on to the governor's sign problem yesterday. I'm sure you saw it all over social media. The governor was speaking yesterday behind a podium with a sign that said, making West Virginia affordable again. And unfortunately, the word Virginia was spelled incorrectly. Not a good look, for sure, and it's made national news. Friend of the show and of the company, Amelia Nicely, was the first person that I saw that shared it yesterday. And I'll be honest with you, I thought the governor handled it well. He replied to Amelia on social media, quote, errors like this are awful and will be dealt with. Thanks for bringing it to our attention, end quote. That's from Governor Patrick Morrisey. Is it a good look for West Virginia? No. Does it make West Virginia look bad nationwide? Probably. But I will say this, if anyone thinks the governor, whether it's Governor Morrisey, whether it was Governor Manchin, Governor Tomlin, any governor for that matter, or any other state or national political figures hangs or proofreads their own signs, you are sadly mistaken. When you are governor, your president, attorney general, whatever, you have people that handle those things for you. It is unfortunate that someone didn't catch it, and now it has gone national. But it is what it is. And to me, my manner of speaking, or my way of thinking, this isn't so much on the governor, folks. Now, you may agree or disagree, and that's fine. It was not a good look. It broke yesterday. We got text to the Metro News Midday about it. I mentioned it on the air, and it has gone national. As a matter of fact, I Googled it upstairs in the office earlier, and yeah, it's gone national right now that the governor spoke behind a podium with his state spelled wrong. But what I thought was really interesting about this is when I saw it shared on social media, the number of people that said, well, where's the misspelling? And I don't think that's where I don't think it's so much people don't know how to spell Virginia. I think it's because the mind sees it as being correct when it actually was incorrect. But again, I feel badly. I hope that someone probably should have caught that to make sure that it was spelled right, but to blame the governor for this and to say, look, that this makes, it's not on the governor. I mean, I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to throw the staff under the bus. I don't know who did it, who, was responsible, whatever. I'm just saying that a governor can't be expected to look at everything and say, okay, that's good, go. I mean, they kind of show up. Governors do that. They kind of show up. They get behind the podium. They're usually handed some notes that some staffers put together, and they may or may not look at them. I know that from my experience in state government. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But you arm them with something, and I don't blame the governor for that. Text says, how many head coaches were fired last month? No I in team, but 3 in West Virginia, says the texter. All right, let's go to the Capitol right now. Let's check in on the boys. Wilson and Meadows. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Doing well today.
Okay, you're both there because yesterday, Meadows, you were out getting coffee when I put Wilson on the air.
How do you know that's where I was?
Because he told everybody you were out getting coffee.
Okay, all right.
It was real simple.
I was taking care of the team, you know. I like my coffee.
Did you get one for Wilson?
I asked. He didn't want one. I asked Stephanie. She wanted one. I got one for her.
Okay, there you go.
That's
right.
a true story. He did ask, yes.
Wilson, I get the you don't strike me as much of a coffee drinker. Are you?
Oh, that's totally 80 degrees wrong.
I
Yeah.
just
I tuck it down continuously.
Okay, I didn't know.
Straight black.
Well, I was going to say, and with your schedule, I could see you, because after you're at the Capitol today, you're calling a game for Morgantown High School over at the Country Road Shootout, right?
Yep, 5:30. They're taking on Paul Blazer out of Ashland. Should be a really good game, by the way.
You appear to me, Wilson, to be a kind of guy that would drink like a really frothy Lapa Latte something or another.
Oh, yeah, but you got it nailed. There's nothing better than, 2 shots of soy milk along with some hazelnut and a little bit of peppermint to go on the side. Obviously, you got to get some cold foam and chocolate syrup on top. Yep, you nailed it.
Yeah, well, it's the northern guy coming out in you. It's because you're from northern West Virginia. You people don't put slaw on your hot dogs either, but that's another story for another time.
Yep, I put on my pink shirt and go get my cafe latte. You got it right, buddy.
All right. What do you guys got coming up on your big show today?
House Speaker Roger Hanshaw is going to join us right off the top. He had a new conference yesterday talking about the first half of the session. We'll dive into that. Senate Majority Whip Ben Queen will join us as well. And we're going to get into E-Verify today. My man is itching to talk about E-Verify.
I don't like it. Well, and based on what I saw on social media, TJ, I think some people are interested in talking to you about it.
Well, are you saying I'm an illegal alien? Is that what they're saying?
No. I'm just saying that sometimes you write commentaries that elicit response from people, and sometimes it's not always favorable. But that's what it's all about. Fine. It's about discussion.
It's another burden on business. It's government's burden. They should do it. Stop putting more and more on business for people that are trying to meet payroll. And frankly, the people that are putting it on have never made a payroll in their lives. They have no idea how hard it is. So, yeah, I'm a little
See what I mean?
See what I mean? Maybe he shouldn't have had that last cup of coffee. Just saying.
Hey, man, I don't know how you expect government to, verify employment. They can't even spell the state's name right.
Well, he said it, by the way.
That's
Wilson
true.
said it. All right.
That's true.
All right, guys, get off my phone.
All
right, we'll talk to those guys. You'll hear those guys, I should say, coming up at 10:06 Metro News Talkline Live from the state capitol today and tomorrow. I'll be back later today. Metro News Midday with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me, Dave Allen. That's me. We'll see you coming up at noon today. On this show tomorrow, Alexander Gazarud, who is a candidate for U.S. Senate as a Republican. He'll join us on the show tomorrow. Ryan Nicholson, our producer, thank you so much. I will see you later today. Until then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston and 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.